Because your time is extremely precious, I'm making this video only about 15 minutes long. No fluff, filler, nor entertainment. I'm getting straight to the point. You're watching right now because you understand the value of customers and you like to get dramatically more customers, which equals more revenue in an equally dramatically efficient fashion when it comes to your budget. I'm talking an increase to the tune of 2 times to 3 times of the monthly revenue you generate right now. Before I get to the details, a little about me. My name is Phil Watson, and I've been doing sales and marketing for the last 20 years, and more specifically, lead generation in the last 6. I've acquired well over 6,000 new customers for my clients during this time frame. I say that to say, I think I know more than a thing or two about getting a new customer into a business. These efforts have helped these businesses keep away from closing their doors and instead thrive and ultimately become more successful. With my tried and proven experience, there's no reason I don't believe I can't do the same for you and your business. Now, with that out of the way, let's get to the meat and potatoes of just how your business could benefit from partnering with Leads Barrage. As it stands right now, you more than likely do some form of marketing to grow your business. You use one or more of these methods: referrals, banner ads, TV, radio, newspaper, billboards, flyers, postcards, posters, event sponsorship, public speaking, LinkedIn, SEO, email marketing, Google AdWords, Facebook ads, YouTube ads. All solid methods. Let's detail some quick facts about each method. Referrals. Usually high quality as a lead source, as they are coming to you based on a recommendation from one who's already done business with you. Will typically get you a high conversion from this prospect. The problem is, however, you can't really predict it. You never know when you're going to get a lot of referrals or a little or maybe none at all. Hard to build a business on this solely because of that. Online banner ads can be quite expensive, while targeting can be all over the place. You can't control every location your banner ad shows. There's also a term nowadays known as banner blindness, where banners are totally ignored and disregarded when looking over the main content. Conversion ratios are usually very low. You need a huge amount of impressions to get good results and ROI. TV, radio, newspaper, billboards. Mass media has its place, but be aware that in terms of cost to acquire a customer, it's usually extremely expensive. Not only that, cannot reliably be tracked. You don't really know how many saw or heard your ad or what demographics. You only know how many people responded. It's hard to identify the weak spots using this as an advertising medium. Flyers, postcards, posters, door hangers. This printed media suffers pretty much the same problem. You don't know who saw your ad. You only know who responded to it. Printed media also gets tossed in the trash, and spend gets washed down the toilet. Conversion ratios are typically very low. Event sponsorship. Usually very expensive. Not only that, competition amongst other sponsors for the same visitors at the same time is extremely high. Chances are good and not beyond the realm of reason that you could spend a lot of money sponsoring an event only to not get any customers at all. Sponsorship is typically best left to already established brands whom are just trying to establish a branding opportunity rather than necessarily acquire a customer on the spot. Public speaking. This can likely get you some good results as you are making your case direct to your customer. Problem is, how many business owners are also effective speakers that can sell? Not only that, you typically have to allot for travel and a lot of events to really build up your customer base, as likely as one event might not be enough to fill your book. LinkedIn. A lot of professionals here, but that's the main point. Not really the place to go if you want to sell direct to the customer, business to consumer, best left as a B2B solution for the most part. SEO. While effective, takes a lot of time and effort to rank on the top of the first page for highly competitive terms, and also you are at the mercy of the search engine's algorithm, whether, whenever, and if it decides to change. You can literally go from first page to 10th page with a simple rule edit, and that's totally out of your hands. This is an optimism game in its broadest sense. Email marketing. If doing cold email outreach, this can be expensive and not that efficient. More effective if you've organically built your email list. Even still, the best conversion ratios are usually around 1%. Google AdWords, Facebook ads, and YouTube ads. This form of advertising typically will give you the best bang for your buck, as billions use these services and you are going direct to your customer. A lot of businesses get most of their success with these channels. The thing is, though, they're highly technical, requires a lot of time and energy to learn, and can be very expensive. Budget breaking, if you will, if you do not know what you're doing. Now that you understand the various marketing methods used by 99% of businesses to attract new customers into their pipeline, I want to discuss one that is not used by many outside of the major Fortune 500 and other big companies, but is slowly and surely becoming more and more proliferative over time. This method aims to supplant most as the number one go-to marketing strategy in just a matter of time, and you'll shortly see why. The method I'm talking about is that of automated artificial intelligence messaging, or more commonly known as chatbots. I am actually converting my entire marketing outreach to chatbots simply because of their high efficacy and extremely robust ROI. I will now detail why you should take chatbots seriously. There are entire marketing conferences built around messenger bots simply because people are catching on as how phenomenal and potent the technology is, and they understand its place in the future of business. Within 5 years, chatbots are expected to be totally ubiquitous, the very same way almost every human on earth has a cell phone. This is the expectation of every business. They are incredibly versatile. These chatbots can be programmed to do so many different things from A to Z, such as answering questions, to making reservations, to even selling products and services directly inside the messenger bot by connecting your bank account to it. There aren't really a whole lot of limits outside of just your imagination. You can get subscribers the very instant they interact with the bot, as opposed to petitioning your visitor to sign up to your web form. This is the entire reason why the metric conversion ratio exists. It's the ratio of actual subscribers to actual visitors. The best websites convert a visitor into a subscriber at 1 to 10, typically 1 to 25. This alone is a very, very big deal. Chatbots are always on 24/7, 365. Most times, as it is right now, many businesses rely on live chat, where the prospect may have to wait 5 to 10, 15 minutes before they can get a response to even the most basic of questions. By employing a chatbot, though, that person can get their concerns addressed immediately. You, as the owner of the bot, can also fully take over the conversation at any time if the conversation becomes more in depth than what the bot was originally planned for. The bot can also be multilingual. Your human staff can probably only speak one language, two if you're lucky. Chatbots, on the other hand, can be programmed to speak the conversation in a multitude of different languages, so you can still do business with people that don't have the same language as you. That's huge. Corresponding successfully with Generation X and Millennials. This set of the population typically likes to engage in text conversation as opposed to getting on the phone. Live voice call conversations are typically the last of the last steps they want to get into when it comes to making a buying decision. If they can get all the action, all the info right up front through a bot, they will be more open to doing business with you. Conversion ratios after getting them into your subscriber base are very high, compared to the medium of, say, email marketing. You have to think about it. When you send email, typically you are competing against hundreds, if not thousands, of other emails in the prospect's inbox daily. You'll have to fight to stand out to even get your message read, much less have them take an action on it. If you get a 10% on the open for your email, that's considered pretty good. The best of the best open at about 20%. Now, after that, you have to figure in the actual clicking of your link and following through to your page, and that's another 10% of that. Having them take action after that is about another 10% of that. So, while email is not dead, nor will it ever be, you do have to understand the fight that's on your hands when you employ it as your sole method. If you compare it now to, say, a messenger bot, the conversion ratios are on average of 80%. Reason being, you aren't typically competing with hundreds of others in the inbox. That prospect is getting a push notification that pops up directly on the screen, whether the phone is asleep or being actively used. So that ultimately means they'll always see that you sent them a message. If now they know they interacted with your business previously and have become subscribers through, say, the method of retargeting, this creates a relationship on the fly, sort of. So now, when they have this personal conversation with you about your offer, they are more open to become a sale in your business. We also have to consider that the business with the quickest response to customer support usually wins. If you have a business that operates from 9 to 5, and let's say I'm a customer that has an issue, and then which happens at 6 p.m., and I need an immediate response, I'm at a loss. And I can't do anything as I cannot interact with your business to plot my next steps. If my options are between sending an email or voicemail or writing a ticket request and waiting for perhaps the next day, as opposed to someone who can interact with me instantly, say via a chatbot, who do you think is going to win my business? As a prospective customer, you're likely going to lose me if you can't talk to me right away versus the guy who can. Me personally, I get extremely frustrated when I know I have to wait more than a few minutes or a couple of hours before I get a response. So I know I'm not the only person that feels this way. Customer service is extremely underrated, highly important and essential, and cannot be overlooked. You have to take it seriously. Chatbots address this. And also in the realm of customer service, let's say you have two or more staff members on payroll whose sole purpose is to do customer service. However, let's say you have thousands of incoming requests to speak to an agent. It is virtually realistically impossible for your staff to accommodate this need. By having a chatbot in place, though, you can handle thousands, if not tens of thousands, of chats simultaneously without a hitch, and all of your customers will be thoroughly satisfied. This is another logical and compelling use case for chatbots. Using a chatbot as a sales support agent is a cost-effective way for an enterprise to boost their sales. Chatbots can handle specific parts of the sale process and can transfer the customer to a sales rep if needed, ideally providing them also with the conversation history. Now that I've explained to you the reasoning and how chatbots work, realize that chatbots are just one major piece of the pie that makes up what I call my highly super effective C.A.R. system, which is chatbots, Facebook ads, retargeting. The system works as follows. Using Facebook ads, we drive targeted traffic through to a custom-built chatbot, which will then create the high-quality lead, while at the same time use retargeting ads to convert your already current website traffic into active leads as well. This creates zero waste when it comes to your website visitors, as they will all get the opportunity to now become a lead, even those that don't initially do anything when they come to your site, such as fill out your contact form. So now that you understand and have an overview of the technology and methodology Leads Barrage will employ in order to generate new customers for your business, I hope you see the light and want to get together with Leads Barrage immediately so that we can build you a chatbot and at the same time, bring you a ton of new high quality leads, which will become customers that will and then take your business revenue to new heights. If you're ready to get started, please schedule a call now by clicking the following button below. You could also check out a chatbot demo in the meantime. We have created various examples across various industries. Chances are good you'll find your own industry in the demo, so go through it and take a look. Please keep in mind though, these demos are viewed from the viewpoint of your potential customer. This offer will be extremely limited and I will be closing it down sooner than later. You see, once we get a small handful of clients, we will be closing up shop. So, act now before the opportunity is gone. I hope to speak to you soon and also work with you. Happy trails.